After this interesting introduction, we are glad to have with us today Dalal Alnukhailan, clinical dietitian, personal trainer. Amal?
Yes, indeed, a personal trainer and a dietitian, and she's going to tell us all about what to do with our children as well as ourselves. Well, you know, Farid is a sports person, but me, well, you know me.
No,
How about we first of all say...
You like sport too. Anyway,
yes, good morning.
Let's welcome Dalal Alnukhailan. Good morning, Dalal, and it's a pleasure to have you with us in Good Morning Kuwait.
Thank you. Good morning to you too, and happy to be involved in your show.
Nice. So when you say dietitian
and a trainer,
which means, you know, we should, if somebody, you know, follow your advice, he's going to be really a perfect body and shape. Correct? Or?
Correct.
And health?
And health.
And health.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Health.
So you were specific with shape. So yes, shape is an outcome, but of course we try to tackle the inside and the healthier approach as well.
Yeah, so, exactly. Because a lot of people with good shape,
indeed,
but they have bad health.
Indeed, this is really a great topic to tackle. Especially we are at the first day, and well, children are back to school, and we were talking about the lunchbox that the Ministry of Education, thankfully, with the government of Kuwait, really introduced for our children. And I think that box is the most important meal because it is a breakfast. So, to what extent does the breakfast cereal really represent to us? A lot of children don't want to eat in the morning, so we just give them cereals.
Correct. In the beginning, I would like to congratulate parents and students and wish them a happy academic, successful year, especially after the 2 years of online schooling. That was challenging.
Indeed.
So yeah, welcome them back.
Really tiring.
Oh yeah, they do need to interact and see their friends and be in a normal atmosphere. So speaking of breakfast, of course, it's one of the most important, and we've seen many studies talk about the importance of breakfast, its effects and impact on children's behavior, children's academic year, their concentration, their level of memory, and their activity. And a lot of studies also show that it can affect the long-term outcomes of health in terms of obesity and activity, speaking of exercises. Now, speaking of cereal in specific, you can go right or wrong. Okay. It depends on the kind of cereal and the ingredients of the cereals. Most cereals are high in sugars. Now, we need to be very specific and choose the right cereals and include a combination of a meal. So the cereal alone would be sugary, but when we add to it the dairy products, such as milk, it will make sure that it has calcium involved and maybe a fruit on a side, and that would make it more complete. So again, it depends on the sugar level.
When you say cereal,
yes,
we're talking about, you know, there are a lot of types.
Yes, indeed.
And you are a mother, so you
I
know
how many types, and
you know, types, and
the
they are really,
and it's like
exactly.
Yeah. So if I, you know, let's say, you know, prevent the chocolate and bring the good cereal, you know, the guy
whole grain
with the rooster on it. I don't want to say the name, okay? Okay, I
the
don't want to
most
say
common one. Yes,
the common one, okay?
Yes.
So would that be good with the milk?
It's not bad for a morning breakfast because children need the sugars in the morning, and especially children between the age of 4 till 12. Their toleration to the glucose, which is the sugar term, is different than us, the adults. So yes, they do need a terms of sugar, but excluding the chocolates, the extra sugary flavors and colors.
Yes.
These are the ones that we need to watch out for. And again, the amount plays a big role. You mentioned that some children don't like to eat in the morning.
Yes, indeed.
And it's really affects the appetite because of the you know, the anxiety, the fear of going to school, especially in the beginning. This has a huge role.
Like for example, I was asking, you know, my daughter today, say, okay, you are excited to go to school today? She goes, no, I lost the interest.
Okay,
she lost my friends, because you know it's been a while, you know, since. I said, no, definitely you will be interested. I mean, imagine that. So
She took a decision.
Yeah.
I lost interest.
She lost her. This is really interesting because she has lost her interest. But I think mothers nowadays, especially, are trying to motivate their children to eat by creating this colorful and wonderful piece of art of a lunchbox.
Correct.
And we just
Nice.
saw on the screen those wonderful boxes of lunch that has colors, that has faces, smiles, and I know they are competing
Okay.
with each other, as we can see now.
Dalal,
Yes,
look at the monitor and what
so
do you think of this?
is this a healthy, what can we say of
Looks
a
great.
healthy meal?
Looks great. It has a combination of water, which is really important for the children, good carbohydrates, whole grains. I can see
Fiber.
whole wheat carbs.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see vegetables, fruits. Seems good. And of course, a slice of cheese maybe, or some proteins that would keep them full, and make sure that they're getting enough proteins for their muscles and movements. And
But
you know.
Amal, let's face it. Do you think they will eat that?
Yes. Just imagine, they would eat it. I have tried it firsthand. This is a
Yes.
trial and error, and we really tried it upon our children. And we took those boxes and we made those faces. And you know, Farid, I am living without a maid, so I'm doing everything myself.
Absolutely.
So this was really interesting that they ate everything, especially the fruit kebabs. We did fruit or vegetable kebabs for them, and they were really excited to have them.
This is amazing, but you know, frankly, there are some children. Okay, you're definitely going to give some chocolate bar with that box.
Yep.
So they go to the chocolate, they leave that. You know, the thing.
This is not the most important. Like Ms. Dalal knows that we have a cafeteria or a canteen in school.
Yes.
So some of them would leave that wonderful lunchbox and go directly to that canteen and buy those, let's say, not full nutritional meals.
Here comes the role of the school, I guess, and the education and the awareness. So giving children an option of unhealthy meals in a canteen is not something favorable.
Yeah.
So yes, packing their own meals would be more preferable if that's the case.
Yes.
However, I don't approve the canteens and the details. So what we could do is educate our children and tell them why not to choose that option. And
6 years old and 7 years old, that's a little
or at
bit
least
of
not give them the supply.
You know, the canteen before my days, you know, we used to, you know, go outside the school and to the restaurant.
Boys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Yes,
eat
indeed.
falafel batat.
Yes, yes. In our school, they banned them.
Yeah.
They say, if I see you wearing school uniform over there, you're going to get punished.
Absolutely. You'll get expelled. You know?
Well,
Yes.
this is what we can really try to do. So what is your advice for those who are really negligent of their children? I know that a lot of, let's say it's not a neglect 100%, but sometimes they are in a hurry. They don't pack for their children. They don't give them the full meals. So they just give them, and they don't have the time to educate, or they don't know how to educate their children.
Yes. Well, we live in an era of options. If you don't have the time to create your own meals at home, there's always good options of restaurants, of companies that provide meals delivered to your home a day before, overnight. And I've worked with one or two of those companies that specialized in menus created for children.
Wonderful.
So this could be a nice option. Again, and then comes the role of the school. If the home or the parents are busy, or as you said, not paying enough attention to that topic, schools should include awareness sessions, activities,
something like that to
events
the parents.
that include the healthy lifestyle and healthy options.
Indeed.
So what do you think, you know, let's say a box with croissant, chocolate croissant, and chips. Honestly, with cucumber.
Cucumber made it better. Again, croissant is simple sugars and butter.
Yeah.
So it's highly fat, and it won't help the child concentrate.
I mean, for a skinny child would be good.
Well, sometimes we have exceptions.
Yeah.
For a child who's not eating at all, to him eating a croissant is better than nothing.
Exactly.
But again, it's not the optimum or the best option.
Exactly.
What did you say was next?
And,
chocolate bar?
Chips.
Chips. Chips
You
is
see
one
those
of those.
chips?
Yep.
It's like a must.
Addiction.
Yeah.
It is addiction.
Frankly, I
You
like
said
it.
it. You said it.
I like
Addiction,
it.
because some of them. Here is a message to mothers: you have to check the ingredients and make sure they
Okay.
are the least ingredients, so 1, 2, or 3 ingredients.
Okay.
And something that you can read and understand. If you see e-colors, if you see flavors, if you see some MSGs, flavor enhancement, this is what causes the addiction.
Okay.
Because they put some enhancement that makes the taste really good, and that you crave it next time you see the
Exactly.
packaging and the colors.
Yes.
You know what's beautiful about them? You can't eat them. They are tasty with a sandwich, you know.
Yes.
Mixture of your choice. You can do that. And I know what
See,
you mean.
I try to prevent the kids, you know, and I'm addicted to it. So
Well, don't leave it at home. Make it occasional.
Yeah, exactly.
To me, I think the nutrition and the health should be balanced, and it shouldn't be 100% healthy,
yeah.
nor neglect. It's not a black or white, so
Exactly.
just be 70 to 80% healthy most of the week, days of the week, and have some unhealthy snacks
Nice.
here and there.
A cheat meal.
Cheat meals. I'm not with cheat meals all over, but you know, once in a while
I cheat
won't do
every
that
day,
harm.
You've got a wonderful cheat system.
How many days? How many times in a day do you cheat?
He
You
has
know,
a
once or
wonderful
twice,
system.
maybe.
So I have a question, because I know that a lot of our children nowadays have a chronic diseases
Yes.
like diabetes,
Yeah.
or like my children, they have G6PD.
Yes.
So yes, so how the specification of their school meal, how can we really prevent them? I try to make them aware that these are not healthy for you. You cannot eat them because your
Yeah.
health will be really deteriorated.
Yes.
But what about in school?
Well, in school, again, you have to control your the awareness level of the children themselves who have the chronic disease, and make them aware that if you share a meal or if you choose something that will affect your health and so on.
Yes.
And then I again emphasize it on the schools to educate that you might be normal kids eating variety, but
Yeah.
your friend here needs care. Your friend here, if you give him, I know it's given out of love,
Yes.
but maybe you're affecting him. So speaking of diabetes, I'm specialized in diabetes with children.
Yes.
And I tried hard to educate the group work so that if any of their friends had an incidence of low glycemia, high glycemia, they know how to like take care of their friend.
Well, this is really great, and this is what we want in schools, to educate the children what
Exactly.
to do if a friend or a colleague really had something that happened to him.
Yeah.
So is there a connection between dietitians and schools or the Ministry of Education?
Unfortunately, I don't think.
I don't think so, not
Yeah.
yet, not yet.
Yeah,
This
I
is
think we
something,
need something
But
like
this
that.
is exactly, that's a good suggestion.
Yes.
And
it's a
definitely
great
we need
suggestion, yes.
to do that. But you know,
Yeah.
before we end it, Dalal and Khailan, any advice you have, important advice for parents and children?
Parents, well, always lead by example. So if you're not healthy and telling your kid to be healthy, that's not going to work. Kids love to see, especially at a younger age, they like to have role models, and everybody has a role model, but at young age, your parents are your first role models.
Exactly.
Indeed.
So make sure that you give them the good habits, make sure that you don't influence them with your unhealthy habits. And if there's something that is healthy that you don't like, make sure you don't pass this message to them.
Thank you very much, Dalal Khailan, dietitian and personal trainer. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we needed really to talk, you know,
More.
about the other, you know,
Part.
part,
The
you know,
training
training.
part.
Exercise
for
training,
Yeah,
yes,
but
sure.
definitely you promise us to be in Good Morning Kuwait in
Sure.
future, please.
Sure, it's been my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It was really a great pleasure to have you with us, Ms. Dalal Alnukhailan, and parents. Now it is upon your shoulder. You are the idol, you are the model for your children. Wherever you put your footsteps, they would follow. So just take care and really be careful where you go, they would follow you no matter what. Don't cheat.
It's always on our shoulders. So.
Directly. A quick
anyway,
break.
let's go for a break, and after that we'll have more to come and more interesting guests like Dalal.